And now God says to Moses, I need to have a conversation with y'all. Because the next leg of the journey is not playtime. This is not a joke. I'm going to lead you on a monumental journey that will be extremely frightening. It's going to be perilous, friend. I'm going to lead you directly into the devil's den. The only devil that you know is my fallen angel. And I'm going to lead you straight to him. I'm going to make you sleep on his doorstep. Yes. God says, verse 20, behold, I send an angel before thee. You will be protected. Friend, the level of protection that God has over you, nobody wants to come against. You yourselves don't even understand how powerful the level of protection that is around you at all times is. But God conveys it right here. And what God conveys in the form of this angel is the hierarchy of angels. When you look at the fallen angels, you're looking at very powerful angels that had fallen. They had made a transgression. They went against the law of God for selfish reasons. Yet they were powerful angels, very wise angels. They were the angels that went before God. You have hierarchies of angels. You have some angels that never go before God. They go before other high-ranking angels. In God's system, there is a hierarchy. So these fallen angels were God's angels that were going directly before him. They had gotten so powerful as the messengers of God. God created them in a way that they were monumentally powerful, giants in the form of spirit. So when they incarnated in the flesh, they were giants in flesh. Powerful, wise in a way that they could, in fact, to a lesser being as far as the other angels beneath them, be considered in the form of a god. They were very wise. And God conveys that he's going to send an angel before the children on this journey that he will lead them on, to keep them in their walk, in their way. What does this mean? To make sure that they do not turn to the right or to the left, that they go straight. It's a tight walk. These children are walking a tightrope. The psalm where he says, I was chastened day and night, where I couldn't make a mistake because I would get chastised. This is that. With the responsibility, with the gifts, comes huge responsibility. These people are blessed with the favor of God, but it comes with a huge responsibility. I send an angel before thee to keep thee in thy way and to bring thee into the place which I have prepared, to make sure that you stay on the straight and narrow so that you reach the destination that I have intended for you. And my word doesn't fall to the ground, because my name is on you. So I send you this angel to make sure that you trend in the direction that I need you to trend, because my name is over you. I put a promise over you that it must come to pass. But you need to beware of him. Don't play with this. And obey his voice. And do not provoke him. Don't try him. Provoke meaning you know that you shouldn't do something and then you do it, and he's now in a situation where he has to decide on what level of punishment he will punish you of. That's a provocation. Provoke him not, for he will not pardon your transgressions. He's not going to play with you. For my name is not on him like it is you. My name is in him. He has no choice. He's programmed to respond harshly to your transgressions. But if thou shalt indeed obey his voice and do all that I speak, then I will be an enemy unto thine enemies. Here we go with the benefits. There will be no one that can come upon you and overcome you. I will be an enemy to your enemies and an adversary to your adversaries. For my angel shall go before thee and bring thee into the Amorites and the Hittites and the Perizzites and the Canaanites and the Hivites and the Jebusites, and I will cut them off. When he speaks to these people, friend, we're speaking to all the nations that coagulated at Babel. All the nations of these fallen angels. Kingdoms. These were mighty kingdoms whose heads were these fallen angels. We must remember that all of this stuff is God's stuff. There's no entity inhabiting this realm that is not a creation of God. We've got to remember that. And what God is doing is rectifying a wrong. This realm we're in, this is a middle ground. This is a quarantined environment. That sky we look at, it's a dome. What had gone on here through these fallen angels and the likes thereof, coming here and doing all of these things and corrupting God's creation through Adam and Eve, and Adam and Eve allowing it to happen and they buying into the concept of what these fallen ones had taught them, justified God doing something. And what God would do would be to put a dome on this thing so that no one goes any further than this unless they stand in the authority of which they were initially created to stand in. This is the primary reason why we see God coming and doing this mighty thing through this one man, Abram. It's to give us an out in a situation where we really we had given our power away so much and generations had passed to the point where we didn't know up from down. We were in an extremely disadvantaged state. And we had gotten so lost in the creations that nobody really wanted to know anymore. It was easier to stay in a dream. The dream was filled with comforts. Why do I want to wake up from this dream? So God would do monumental things out of the love he has for us. And one of which is this, all of the stories of the Bible, but the beginning of these stories would be this instance, God leading these people on a journey. And this is the beginning of the journey. And these